You know, the one thing I like about food is I like to take a recipe and put my own twist on it. Because 9 times out of 10, I'll tailor it to what I want it to taste like, or what I might think it could be maybe a little bit better, or just tweak it a little bit. And that's what we're going to do today. But we're going to take something that I've never done before here on Chillin' in the Kitchen, but it's going to be something that you'll love. Scallops. And Leroy has right here lemon garlic scallops. They're absolutely fantastic. Now I want you to take a look at these scallops here. These are jumbo scallops. And the thing about jumbo scallops is, and with any kind of scallop, is it's really great because it's low in calories, high in minerals, and they have a great taste. Now we live not too far from the North Fork of Long Island by Peconic Bay. And Peconic Bay scallops are the best. They're really tiny. And they taste like candy. You really don't have to really cook them. You can eat them, you can pop them into your mouth, they're fantastic. These scallops, of course, you want to cook, but they cook quick. So what I'm going to do here with these scallops is a simple recipe. You know, I don't use a lot of salt. As I said, I'm like a low salt and no salt diet, where sometimes when you have certain foods, you got to put a little bit of salt in. And I'm using here not a salt substitute, but 50% less sodium, okay? So what I'm going to do is I have my pan here of extra virgin garlic oil, and I'm going to put these scallops in, all right? Now, the scallops usually only cook about maybe 2 minutes to each side. And you don't want to put a whole lot in there because you want to space them out. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm spacing these scallops out, okay? And as I said, I just have a little bit of salt on them, and they're going to turn out just fine. You just want maybe like a brown, a little brown on each side, and that's it. While that's cooking, I've got a different dish. A lot of people use rice, they'll use pasta, but I'm going to use something else. Take a look. In my cast iron pot here, I'm going to throw some sweet corn in, okay? About 2 cups worth, some chives, okay? And some grape tomatoes. You can also use cherry tomatoes, all right? And I'm going to mix this up here. And I'm going to put a little bit of black pepper in to give it a little extra color. But look at the color on this, guys. It's just fantastic, okay? And you want food with color because sometimes, even if it doesn't come out good, you can psych somebody's mind and make it think it looks a little bit better or tastes better just how the way it looks. I'm going to throw a couple of sticks or little pieces of butter in here, and I'm just going to mix that up. And I'm going to throw the top on this for the time being. All right? So, this is going to cook pretty quick. These scallops over here are almost done. I'm going to leave them for a minute, and then I'm just going to turn them over. Now, Barbara, oh, look, there we go. There we go. There we go. Lord have mercy. All right? So I'm going to turn them over, and these will be done in a minute. But there's something else I'm going to do with the scallops for the actual sauce for these scallops, the lemon garlic sauce. Okay? There we go. As I said, this is very easy. Extra virgin olive oil. You can use regular olive oil, but extra virgin is really the way you want to go. It's a heartier oil, and it's going to give it a great taste. Okay? So this is fantastic. Again, with the scallops, there's so many things you can do with them. People use rice. They use pasta. Sometimes they'll serve it over a bed of mixed greens. That's fine. You can throw a few avocados on there. So many things to do with it. But this particular dish here is going to knock your socks off. Now, Barbara doesn't eat scallops. So I have another seafood for her. You know, she's a traditional, salmon. But look, one thing about Barbara, like, she likes salmon that's cooked the right way. Sometimes you can go to those church dinners that salmon tastes like rock. It's like it's hard. She likes it the right way. So I'm going to have that for her. But for the rest of us today, these lemon garlic scallops, and I got to tell you, you can have these any time of the year. If you live in a climate like we have 4 seasons here, it's a great summer dish. But you can eat it any time of the year. But in honor of the fact that the next week is going to be like 60 degrees, I'm going a little bit early on it. All right, these scallops are almost done. All right. Now, in fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the scallops now. They are basically done. And I'm going to put the scallops on the side here. Now, some people say when you put your scallops on the side, you want to put them like on a piece of paper so you take some of the grease off. Oh, no, you don't. You don't want to do that. You want to keep them nice and juicy. Don't do that paper trick. That's nonsense. Scallops are on the side. Now, the second thing you want to do here, and they also say sometimes if there are any dregs or crust, take it out. Forget that. Leave it in there. All right. Now, we're going to put in garlic. And what I do is I kind of shave the garlic as opposed to mincing it. You know, for this particular dish, I just think it's better that way. And I wish you could smell it. I mean, I just threw the garlic in there, and it just smells fantastic. All right? That's going to sit for a hot second. And I'm going to take a look here at my little concoction of corn. And you want sweet corn, by the way. Okay? That's the best. You can use regular corn. And look, what I did, and I'm going to tell you right now, this is not fresh corn. I got it out of the can, all right? But sometimes, you know, when you're in a rush and you really want to prepare something quick, you know, you don't want to, like, you know, put the corn in, you know, husk it, no, forget that. The canned corn works just fine. And as I said, I would prefer with this dish sweet corn, all right? So that's still cooking. And the garlic is going to start to brown in a second. And then I will add my next ingredients. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, gosh, wait. All right. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out with Barbara, there's so many things that she doesn't like. You know, she's Cuban, she doesn't like pork. You know, forget about pig feet. And, you know, I have to find all different kinds of ways to trick her, to make all these different dishes, you know, in different ways and herbs and spices. But, you know, actually it makes me a better cook. But I wish she loved scallops. You know, I'm going to try to see if I can trick her and do something and have her just taste it. But see, she's like her mother. If she knows what it is ahead of time, even if she's never tasted it before, she doesn't like it. But if you give her something and don't tell her what it is, and she likes it, you know, you might make a believer out of her. We'll see. Anyway, the garlic now is slowly browning. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit here. You don't want it to get too crisp or anything like that. You can see some of the shaved pieces here are browning. So since that's the case, I'm going to add 2 other ingredients to this. Okay? I'm going to add in some fresh parsley. Okay? Now, and I'm also going to add about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pallets of butter. I'm using salted butter here. It's not that bad. I'm going to mix this up. Now, what gives it the kick is the wine, okay? White wine. You know, I always use Pinot Grigio, and once again, for people who don't drink alcohol, the alcohol burns out. But you got to use this because it really gives it the flavor. So I'm going to throw this in. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh, mamma mia. Actually, I wish I had a little bit more wine, but this will work well. It's bubbling up here. And it's, ooh, Barbara, how does that smell? Right? It's fantastic, right? You sure you don't want any scallops? We'll see. All right. Okay. Now, here is what we do. What we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, right now, this is just perfect. All right. Now, it's time to throw the scallops back in. All right? I'm going to throw the scallops in. And now that the scallops are in there, it's time to put in the lemon. And just squeeze it in. I'm using about 2 whole lemons. You know, lemons are very acidic, as you know. So, you know, again, like I say with everything else that I do, you want to season to taste. You might want to use less lemon. And some people also use lemon juice. There's also another recipe where, especially with my corn and my chives and my cherry grape tomatoes, you can use lime and lime zest. That works well. And look, whatever floats your boat. That's the bottom line. And experiment. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be okay. Every now and then, you come up with a bust. Barbara, do I come up with a bust a lot of times?
Not really.
Thank you. Okay, thank you much. Look at this. Now, I'm going to just sprinkle a little pepper on here. Now, as you see with most of my recipes, I use coarse ground pepper. Why? Because it has a much more robust flavor to it when you bite down on stuff. And then two, it just looks good, all right? It really looks good. So that's about done. Let's take a look at my little concoction over here. Oh my goodness. Have mercy, Mr. Tercy. Okay. So basically, we're done. You can stick a fork in it. So now it's time to plate the dish. What happened, Moo? Oh, the water got on the floor?
Salmon?
Oh, don't worry about the salmon, baby. It's good. See, Barbara's only thinking about herself. See, she ain't thinking about me. She ain't thinking about y'all. She's thinking about herself. All right. But we're gonna show her, It's okay. So we're gonna put this on right there. Low. And then we're gonna take the salmon. Not the salmon. You just got salmon on my mind right now, see? Okay. And we're going to throw that on the top. Doesn't that look good? And you can take some more of the juice and put it on there. And there you have your dish. Now, I'm going to taste this. What's one? Oh, wow. Food porn, baby. I'm having an orgasm up in this bad boy. Listen to me. Now, Barbara, Sulphur Sally up here, I'm going to bring out her salmon. Now, this is Chilean salmon. I like it. But, my favorite is Faroe Island or North Atlantic salmon. But I'm going to plate her dish right now. See, Barbara's ready to throw it out on the camera, so forget about shooting any more of this stuff. I'm ready to eat. So here we go. I'm going to take her salmon. Oops. Kind of fell apart here. But that's okay, because it's going to fall apart in your mouth. Look at that. And I'm going to take some of the lemon, parsley, garlic, and throw it over this. So basically, you've got two dishes in one. It's amazing. You love this, Barbara?
Looks good.
You don't want me to eat anything for you, do you?
I don't think you need to.
Oh, really? You ready for it?
I am.
Okay. Guys, this was a blast. Everything done here in real time, except for just preparation, dicing up the chives and stuff like that. It's easy, it's delicious, it's wonderful. You're going to love it. Again, Leroy. Lemon garlic scallops.